Hello, 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 friends of Varus, friends of UTXO-based consensus layer DeFi and interchain, internetwork protocols. Hello, I'm Juliano. It's the 17th of October. A Sunday. Weekly candle closes happen on Sundays, but hey, I'm here to share the screen. I've got Varus price chart in the USDT, no, just USD price, let's call it. Thanks to the recommendation of Redman. Shout outs Redman for the recommendation. What's happening here? Why is this happening? Whatever. For Coin Paprika, we get the USD chart in Coin Paprika, all the data all the way back from 2018, December. So I'm using a weekly price chart to compress all the data. We're using a logarithmic scale to look at this channeling and relative price action, because the logarithmic scale is about relative price movements, so in relation to each other, proportional. So we'll also use Fibonacci's and look, okay, the long story short is this is the story of a $12 VRSC. Now, yes, you can play in your mind of 700 and even here of like $60 VRSC is actually quite reasonable. $60, 700 in this one move here, that would be a super bull, and that would be like mainnet super bomb all the way to the moon and beyond. However, 60 seems like a reasonable, but I'm saying family friendly $12 here. All right. However, now, and this is about like potential retracements after. You could look at levels here and talk that. I don't think I'm going to go there at this moment. So we are going to go here. Let's get up in there. Awesome. So here we are. This is all the price data right here. Okay, this is the one-to-one. We're just going to leave that alone. We're going to see some one-to-one extensions. This line here is 1 year because I guess the Coin Paprika only takes previous historical data and doesn't even show dates to the future. So this would be the beginning of 2021 right here. I've taken actually on the daily chart 365 days. So this would be end of 2021. So this is an idea like, okay, there's going to be a bull run towards the end of 2021, which is already underway. You can see it with the Bitcoin price chart. That's the basic idea. Next idea is, okay, within that, there are some possibilities. You know, it could be going up to these levels, but within the 2021, that's what this would be. And maybe this one here to $3.50, like at least to the previous highs, even something like 245, 250, okay? But when you start talking about 245, 175, and even this $1 stable coin Varus, then we're talking more, okay, things are actually prolonging and taking a bit of a longer step first before making it to levels, higher levels, like $12 or even $3.50. Now, I would like to say here that this is quite interesting, this channeling from the significant lows here. But in fact, okay, I just want to make a point here. Upon looking more closely at the candles and other ideas here, it looks like the start of all of this is going to be at this level here, okay? In the neo wave Neely method fashion. This is a significant low, but this level here in daily price chart action seems to be more significant. So that's what we're going to use, and it does make enough of a difference that, and that's why I'm pointing it out. It's going to be about this level here, roughly around like the 40 cents or 45 cents level, okay? Or no, not 45 cents, that's way too high. So like around 40 cents. So, all right, so we have this channeling that ends up happening here. And, you know, we get out of it impulsively and come back to it. And then we get out of it impulsively, come back to it. Next idea is we are eventually going to get out of it impulsively. This is a weekly price chart. I think this is a testament also to the strength of VRSC as like what it's bringing to the table. And now testnet, if you know, you know, soon mainnet, and how soon might determine the trajectory of this arrow. The market knows everything. I don't know how, I don't know why, it just is what it is. And we're just going to respect that. So it's a beautiful thing to see the market. The market is the psychology of people. So this is, to me, the testament of the psychology of the people, just seeing this trajectory here. And in my estimation, on some bigger degree here, it doesn't even feel like we've really even, whoops, maybe this is like the actual channel that needs to get launched out of, similar to how here we were launched out of this more narrow channel. But that's another story, because that is the potential of the VRSC in USD terms. Now, the idea here, though, is this is a significant channeling because of these shared lows. And then we take this significant high and also other price action. It just says, okay, fine. Plus, in this, let's call it fifth wave thinking, you know, Elliott wave analysis style, this fifth wave seems to be a move out of, well, this time it was the third, but anyway, we get out of the uptrending channel to the upside. Okay, so speaking of the wave of Elliott's, we go here, and here's one basic idea, some sort of move, okay? And yeah, that's why you can see the ABC here, because the idea is something like that. Now, are these all in the same degree? Possibly. Now, here's the thing. This is where you can get something like the 60. Well, that's 170. See, that's how easy it gets there. So I can imagine something like 60 being a reasonable target. And at the end of the day, based on this movement, if we are somehow doing this, I don't think we're 700 by the end of the year, right? Like if we're moving like that, I do think that there are trajectories which bring us there in this entire degree, because maybe this fifth wave needs to be more complex and take longer time. And in its bigger complexity, it'll have bigger waves up and bigger waves down. And this would bring us, so this is end of 22. So this would probably bring us, you know, into beginning of 22 here. So it'd bring us about the end of 22. So in towards end of 22. So I, you know, based on other projections into 2022, this is not unheard of. 60 is definitely, I mean, if we're going that far out, then definitely 60 feels more like it should be maybe like April of 2022 type of thing. But anyway, that's even further than I'm thinking. All I'm thinking is levels here. So let's stick with the simple, the family-friendly version, where we're just taking, oh, let's pretend it's all part of the same degree. Okay, so we're kind of getting that kind of idea. Now, the other option, none of this financial advice, as you see, the other option is the down arrow option, but whoops, but it doesn't have to be, you know, a huge down. If we look in, now we start doing retracements, let's imagine this whole thing is the one wave, or if we were gonna then retrace this one wave. So we'll trace this whole thing and say, okay, ultimately, that would be something like not even a 38.2 retracement. Well, yeah, here it would be about 38.2 retracement, right? So even that is still pretty solid, and it's relative to previous highs. Okay, fine, because that, you know what, is like 60 cents. So is that where it's going? Okay, that's the option if we're going to the downside trajectory, but that's a lower probability in my opinion. Also, if we were just going to retrace it from this wave here, we can get, again, a 61.8. So fair enough, like you go 61.8 here and then keep going higher, and that would break us out of this channel. Okay, that's why I wanted to put it there. It breaks us out of this uptrending channel and confirms maybe that this is more of something important here, where we're going to find a 2 before a 3 and a 4 and a 5, because then you have a new 0 to 2 trend line more clear. And it's not just a channel of 1, 2, 3 touches, you know, like, and they're like touches. Instead, it comes down and you have just a more evident 0 to 2 trend line, and in terms of an up and a down wave. All right. Otherwise, we maintain this channeling structure. The other way to break out of it is just some sort of sideways action. Remember, these arrows are laid up against the end of 2021. So we start getting this sideways action. Okay, we'll get rid of you. And okay, maintains $1. Okay, downwards towards the 61.8 of this move here brings us to 60 cents. Sideways, we're at $1. Now, if we just hold this trend line to the end of the year, we're at $1.75. Does that make sense? Cool. Just holding the trend line, we're at about $1.75. Okay, rough numbers, rough estimates. If we have a bit of strength, we get up to 250. And on the daily, there's a bit more price action to signify some interest. It's more so probably resistance. There will be a little bit of like choppiness here. So there you go. You get this this area here. And then if we're talking the top of this channel here, we're into the 350 level, 360 level. Okay, that's just using the channel itself. It gives us these. So these I feel are of higher probability within this time frame. Does that make sense? Higher probability within this time frame. I think 175 being the most probability, then let's call it 250, and then 350. Okay, now if mainnet comes sooner, you know, like we start getting closer and closer, well, we will be getting closer and closer. Every day is closer and closer. So we'll see how it's going. It really is going to depend, and the market's going to behave in real time. I know it. People are paying attention. The market's paying attention. And so, yeah, we'll see what's happening. I don't think we're staying at $1 forever. And yeah, we could go down to 60 cents. I prefer this $1.75 move to 250. That seems like a reasonable trajectory. 250 would be strong. Okay, 350 would be like, okay, something's really happening. And if we make it to 12 by then, by like, which is mid-October, so we're talking 2.5 months, which is about 75 days. So if we're talking about 75 days here to mainnet, cool. That's totally doable as well. I mean, there's not a lot of liquid VRSC. This is a safe trade. No, well, whatever, whoever this is, Coin Paprika takes the data. But oh, by the way, be careful out there. If you are getting some VRSC on exchanges, just do not do. There are some exchanges that are not friendly. They're in the sense that you might deposit something and not get it back. So check out always on the VRSC Discord. You'll get the most up-to-date from the community and see what's going on there. Safe trade is known, but none of this financial advice anyway. Other than that, Atomic Dex, of course. Shout out to Komodo platform, Atomic Dex. You can use Atomic Dex to get your VRS. Check out the pairs there. But again, just my point being is that there isn't a lot of liquidity anyway in the VRSC, so not much liquidity would be needed to push in USD terms, would be needed to push VRSC significantly higher, even to like these $3.50 levels. I mean, how much VRS is there? That's, if somebody wants 100,000 VRS, that's quite a bit in today's market. So I mean, correct me if you think I'm wrong, make your comments in the comments below. I hope this is entertaining and educational and thought-provoking. But I just wanted to say, yes, so we have this psychology of the market, This is all the market participants, users and witnesses and participants there who are just we're representing this graphically. Okay, it's a beautiful thing because then there's this geometry with it. We represent it based on its price and its time, and we take that data and we order it into this graph, and it's yeah, it's very, of course, very beautiful in the mathematical sense of it. Now, okay, let's start using the extensions here. I won't even get to retracements. Don't worry about retracements. Doesn't matter. Those are just for interest, looking at alternations and other interesting things. But for now, we'll just talk extensions and targets. So we could say, okay, what did I say earlier? We have this extension tool. We started about here. We take this first wave here and we match it. Sorry. Take this first wave here and we match it, and roughly we get 1-to-1 here. Okay, I'm not gonna go to the bone, but it's like roughly 1-to-1. And if we look, actually, it ends up being, whoops. It ends up being about, I don't want to make it, whatever. It doesn't really matter so much, but on the rough basis of it, it ends up being about 2618. Okay, this is just for further. That's where you start getting like that 700 price. But don't worry about that. And that's where you get this 161.8 would give you the $60 price when we look at it from a bigger degree. Okay, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to look, you know, how we see. Oops, let me just skip that. I didn't want to skip that either. Oh no. Delete that, delete that. That's what I wanted to do first. So basically we have, let's say, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes the first wave of, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we had painted earlier, right? Wherever this is going, let's imagine this goes there or something like that. And then within here also would be a 1, and I believe the 2 is here, 3, 4, 5, okay. And then we'd be making our next one here, probably starting here. Maybe this might be our significant low. And then we're making already into that 1, 2, and we're going to go to a 3, whatever. We'll see, but I don't know about that. I think I'm starting to measure it from about this level here as the low, because I imagine this as part of the correction, and then there's this correction here as we're, oh, here's the other thing. This is also why this is a significant area too. We have this downtrending resistance area here, right? And we have this uptrending, as you see with the channel, this uptrending. So it's forming this triangular narrowing and funneling of the price, either going to break up or break down. The sideways action is also potential. So anyway, yep. Obviously, nothing goes in a straight line. You see, there's always little cricks and cracks. Okay. Okay. What's the other thing? So yeah. So in here, we're gonna just take these extensions now. Okay. So the first one, basically, what we get is we get this 1-to-1 on the next wave, and then it's about a 2618 on the third. And then when we bring it, when we compare the third, I'm going to call it the fifth. So we measure the first wave, the third wave is about 1-to-1, and the fifth wave is about 2618 to 1 to the first wave. But sorry, like comparatively, like the third and the fifth, sorry, 3 and 5 become 2618. And if we take just the fifth, let's say from about this level right here, I'm not looking at the price. It's about 1618, a bit above, a bit below, whatever. Okay, you know, cool. Then we'll do that on the next level. Now on this wave, the reason I say this is 1 here and this is 2 here is this looks like a type of running correction, and it also does fit the level. So it actually looked like a running correction first, and then it fit the levels. But watch. So we take it here, and we take, because here, why am I starting there? Because after this big move up, the 5th, we correct it down. Now this is a significant low. Look, it even touches there. So we'll roughly start about here. So we start here, first wave. But because the second wave ends here at this level, not down here at this level, see, it ends up here, okay, at this level here. So then the third wave here is roughly 1-to-1. And that 3rd and 5th is roughly 2618. Make sense? And for me, that's what I'm seeing here. It's like a 1, a 2, because this is like an A, B, C pattern here. 2, 3, 4. So they're like a 3, 4, and a 5 type of a thing. For fun, friends of Elliott Wave, Neil Wave, all you good stuffs. All right, triangle friends. Here's another one. So now we get into this correction, but before we do that, you saw that the 2618. So now I also want to recognize, okay, other extensions, common extensions, is you add the 1 and the 3, so that level, and you can either do an internal or external extension. So we'll do the internal extension, and we'll measure 1 and 3 and compare that, the 5 with that. Then we'll measure 1 and 3 and compare the 5 with that. So let's do that. 1, oops, no. Oh. So 1 and 3 gets us here, and we'll compare that, and it's about 1-to-1. Okay, so the 1, and which is a common thing, you compare your 1 and your 3. When the 5th is a type of extended move, at least, or not even extended, but even just like a parabolic move, which is usually means extended. So we'll do that again here. So you saw that. I'll do that one more time. So we take the 1 and the 3, we compare it. That's about 1-to-1 with the 5. We do the next 1 and 3 as per. So 1, oops, I did it again. Here, we're going to come from here. It's going to go like this anyway. We're at about this level. Right, this level right here. But I'll do it again just for fun, because you see that one there. So 1 to 3 and about that level. So this one shows a bit less, but whatever. I'm not even coming from down here if we want to like do whatever, but I'm just coming from this level. Fine, so that's a 1-to-1 as well. So now let's think about this. We did it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it on a bigger degree. Let's see if 1, 2, 3, 4 can play into some sort of 5. And as you saw at the beginning, now it's like watching a movie. You saw the ending first, and now you start it again, and eventually you get back to the ending. Here we are going to make the similar type of moves. So we'll come from our level. We're going to first take the 1 and compare with the 3. And there you have it. It's about 1-to-1. This is not perfect, but okay. So it's about 1-to-1. That's where you get, now, interestingly, the 1618 is about $17. So you can have those kinds of fun times. And here's that 2618. That 2618 is at 253. So that would be, remember here where we had like the 1, and then we measured the 1 and we compared it with the 3 and the 5, and it was at a 2618. We've done the same thing here. We've compared this whole thing here, this whole 1, right up to here. And now we would imagine this is like a 3, and then the 5 would bring us to the 2618. But that's 253. And is this not going to be that move? Possibly. I mean, look at this action. I mean, now is it going to be in this time frame? I doubt it. I don't think this time frame is bringing us all the way to 253. But is 253 possible in the future? Yeah, and look at the channeling, it brings us there. And yes, this is logarithmic scale, so it can be deceptive because how far can a logarithmic channel in a like a linear type of channel, right? You would have more of a regression curve at that point, logarithmically, but that's another story. So for now, because we're still early on enough, like who knows about VRSC? What's the, oh yeah, I didn't check that site. We were going to check the market cap, but basically at $1 fully diluted, Varus is 84 million market cap, and at $10 it's 840 million market cap. So at $100 is 8.4 billion, which is roughly what top, that's why I wanted to look, but it was like top what 15, top, let's call it top 10 at 8 billion, maybe top 20. Okay, regardless, it's significant. All right, it's significant. It's on the stage. 8.4 billion market cap. All right, but it's not. It's okay. So it's 8.4 billion. Wait a second. I want to make sure I didn't skip something. Hopefully, in your head, if I've caught a mistake, you've caught it, and I've caught it too. So 84 million is at $1. That's where we are now. $10, 840 million, fully diluted. $100 is 8.4 billion. That's right. And $1,000 is 84 billion, only 84 billion. And I say only because those of you who are watching this video now, around this time period here, that 84 billion compared to what VRSC has to offer, compared to what other market caps are, as inflated as they might be. But anyway, come now, 84 billion, that's $1,000 VRSC. That's all the way up at this level. And so, okay, that might be a number of years away if we're counting. This is 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2020, we're talking 2025, 26, 2027 type of time frame. Okay, fine. So let's not even go there. I'm not even thinking like that. This is just, now we're just talking trajectories and market caps. So at $100, VRSC is 8.4 billion. I think that's reasonable even for today. I mean, but that's another story. I'm not the composite operator of the market. Most of the market, well, there's the market that knows about VRSC, and there's a whole bunch of potential market that doesn't know about VRSC. That's the idea. So, but $100 VRSC is because a lot of people find out about it, start using it. Like literally, this is going to be great because people will be using it. People will be using it. But I guess a lot of price discovery will also be happening against Ethereum, with Ethereum and ERC20s coming across the bridge. That's another story too. We're just looking at the technical price chart. Okay, so I've gotten off on a tangent. So even $10 Varus is only 840 million market cap. Okay, not even a billion market cap. That's probably on the second page of the coin listing sites. All right, so here we go. Final countdown. So we did this one. Now we saw the 1-to-1 with the 3. You remember that 1-to-1 with 3? You're gonna have to rewind the video, but I'll replay for you an example of it. It was this one, this 1-to-1 with the 3. You see this one? Hope you can catch it. See that 1-to-1? Okay, that 1-to-1 with the 3 is the same as the one that happened here, boom, boom, and it's the same that happens here, boom, boom, okay, roughly. And then we're also gonna find the 1-to-1 of this move here, boom. Let's find the 1-to-1. I'm nervous. Are you nervous? From here, ooh, it's about $60. That's the tail of $60 Varus. The 12 is just a 618 because I'm being generous. And the 618 is the 618 retracement is, let me just get these numbers better for you. Sorry, not retracement, extension is, you know, like if we're coming to the end of this bigger wave, and eventually we are going to have a bigger correction, which makes the whole degree of this wave potentially as like some sort of 1 and a 2 whenever that ends up happening. You know, because who knows, the 1 might be ending up here, $15, $20, 1 here, 1 here. It might have ended up here, and we might be going to, and this might be a 2, and then we're going to our 3 somewhere here, whatever it is. But it doesn't seem that way. It seems more like we're trying to make 5 waves for this degree of like a 1 and a 2. And maybe it's going to be around the $12 is here. Okay, so let's find that again. Oops. So here, sorry, I'm lost my track here. Thanks for bearing with me. Here comes the VRSC. Okay, where are we? We are extending this to this to this, and then we are extending from here and from here. So the 61.8, last time it was around 12, this time it's around 13. It doesn't really matter. You can even take it from here. It doesn't matter. That brings us to 43. If you want to play that, we'll play that. We'll bring it to 43, okay? And in that case, we can play anywhere between 618, 786. But basically, it wouldn't match these ones where you have, for example, 1 to 1 here, 1 to 1 here. Oops. Okay, 1 to 1 here. So then are we looking for that as a fractal? I would say, in fact, a 1618, and this would be a much larger move over a much longer time, eventually getting to there. So if we're doing that, oh, I keep doing that again, sorry. If we're doing that, all right, let's bring it here. Let's count the levels. We're saying roughly $50 VRSC, $48, whatever. Okay, if we're using this as the low. Does that make sense? If we're going 1 to 1. Okay. That's the tail of $48 VRSC. I will show you one more time. This, we will move it out of the way. We will move it out of the way and show you one more time. None of this financial advice. There's your 60. If we're coming from these levels right here, even this level here, 65, 66. So for me, that's where I was like coming from this level, roughly. And you get about a $66 or $65 VRSC. And then the 61.8 for family friendly is at about $12, $13, whatever. Okay, that's the idea. That's where we started getting retracements. And if you retrace back to about these levels a little bit lower, that's a full pullback of like 88%. And it's but relatively from the low to the high. If this was whole thing was 1 wave down 2 wave, then that down 2 wave would be a 38.2 retracement roughly, would be absolutely a 88% retracement of the price from the high of about $12, $13. Yeah. So if we're playing the 1-to-1 game where we're playing this as one and this as one, then we get $64, $65. Okay, that's your tail of $65 VRSC. When does that come? I don't think it's, I mean, maybe, I don't even want to say what the trajectories can be and what the time frame needs to be. My guess for something like that, if I want to be safe and we're actually $60, yeah, I'd say by Q2 next year. So this is full year, so this is probably half year. So that feels fair if we're doing that. Wow, that's another story though. Okay, you saw what I did. Didn't really, you try yourself, just taking extensions. When you'd use a non-log scale, nothing works in the same way because you don't even find the same channels. It's just not the same. But on a log scale, you get a better idea. But then as the time axis increases here, then we probably start needing to find the logarithmic regression curves that are not linear, but they have that curving to them, so that it yeah, can match more what the price would do, because at some point going up just a little bit is a huge amount linearly. When you're up here at 185, going up here is like doubling each time. That's a lot to double from 200 to 400. So that would take more time to, well, I mean, if you're in an impulse move like this, yeah, you might double quickly, but over time, the curve playing itself out. But anyway, these are early days, right? Friends of VRSC, if you've continued watching this video and you're still here, thanks for watching. I hope you've been able to enjoy this, and maybe something food for thought, or maybe you're just able to rest and relax and even sleep a bit. You're welcome. And remember to stay hydrated, as you're doing your testnet activities, and of course mainnet, but testnet activities, move your body around, all that good stuff necessary for longevity and health, which is the true prosperity of life. All right, friends as well. Friends are such a prosperity. Shout outs to the whole VRSC community. Amazing. Until next time, I think I'm done for now. I think we're done. Goodbye.